Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by allfreejewelrymaking.com and keepsakecrafts.net. Today we'll be making this multi-strand beaded necklace with a rather interesting beaded bail. I think you'll like it. To make this necklace you will need 6 15-inch strands of beads. A few different colors and different shades, different finishes, different sizes makes a great mix. You want to string those each on about a 22-inch piece of bead string, beading thread. And if you have a little tool like these are called bead bugs, and it's just a spring with handles. It's a fantastic little grip to keep your beads from falling off the string. You also want another 4 inches of beads on about a 15-inch piece of thread. You'll need 2 4-inch pieces of chain, 2 2-inch pieces of wire, 3 or possibly 4 jump rings. If you have fine chain, you'll need an extra jump ring, 2 bead caps, 1 clasp, and a pendant of your choice. For tools, you'll need wire cutters, round nose pliers, 2 pair of chain nose pliers. If you don't have the little bead bugs or some other kind of clamp, hemostats are a terrific clamping tool. You'll also need some fray check and an awl. To get started with our necklace, we want to gather up all 6 ends of thread at one end. And this little thing is great because we can just clamp it on. And this is why you want to leave plenty of thread so that it's easy to make a knot. And that's it. You just treat them all as one. And I'm going to slide this knot out a little bit so that I have a fair amount left for when I do the other end. There you go. The next step is to put a drop of fray check on there, let it dry, and then trim the ends. Now I can remove this. And I'm going to gather up all the other ends except for this one. I'm going to gather them all up in one clip. So the best way I've found to tie the other end when you have multiple strands of beads so that they're all pulled up where they ought to be is to hold them all in one hand and then one by one pull each strand so that you feel the beads rest against your fingers. Oh, see, that one needed to be pulled up, and that one too. So great. So now that they're all even, and we have even lengths of the strands, I can hold these threads together and make another knot. Just the same way we made the first one, but make sure that this one we'll use our awl and just snug that up so it's right close to the beads. And it's okay that there's a little bit of slack. That's good because then the beads will hang nicely and gracefully. If you make it too tight, the bead strands are stiff. So then repeat by adding a drop of fray check and letting it dry and trimming the ends. While the fray check is drying, let's go ahead and work on our bail. So here's our 4 inches of beads strung on about a 15-inch piece of bead thread, and we're just going to make a tie and bring that up. In fact, let me zoom in a little for you. Okay. And then what you want to do is fold this in half so that you find the center, the midpoint between those beads. And then go ahead and take one of the pieces of thread and put it under those beads, and then take your thread and make another tie. And what that's going to give you is a figure 8. Behave. There we go. Which when you fold in half you have 2 loops, and that is your bail. So once you have your figure 8, Then go ahead and make a square knot by going right over left and then left over right. Add a drop of fray check, let it dry, and trim the ends. So we'll set that aside. Next we'll start doing some of the shaping of our wire. Go ahead and grab the end of your piece of wire, about 3/8 from the end, put that into the flat part of your chain nose pliers, and give that a 90-degree bend. Then go ahead and grasp that bent end in the round part and just form a hook. This does not have to be beautiful. This is going to hold our bead strands in the cap. And repeat on the other one. Also, while we're here and waiting for the fray check to dry, go ahead and put your jump rings on. So open a jump ring by holding one side with chain nose pliers, have the split at 12 o'clock. Grab the other side with another pair of chain nose pliers. Push one pair away from you, pull the other towards you, so that your jump ring is twisted open, not pulled open into an oval shape. Slip on the chain, slip on the lobster clasp, close that up. If you have fine chain, go ahead and repeat the process to add a jump ring to one end of the other piece of chain. Now that fray check is dry, we can go ahead and assemble this into a necklace. Grab one of the wire hooks that you made and loop it right over the knot, right in between 3 of the strands. So 3 are on one side and 3 are on the other, just like that. And then use chain nose pliers to close that up. Slide on a bead cap, and that covers the knot and all the mess. And then we're going to make a loop here. And I'm actually going to use the bead cap to make a bend, because I really want this bend to be very close. So there, make the bend. Grab your round nose pliers and make a loop, just like we've done before. Reposition the pliers and then finish the loop. Use flush cut wire cutters to cut that loop right where the wires cross, and use the flat part of your round nose pliers to flatten it out, and repeat on the other end. And here we are, just about done. I added the bead cap to the other end of the necklace and also added a piece of chain to each end with a jump ring. One has a lobster clasp and one doesn't. The final steps are to add your pendant to your bail. So this pendant has a big jump ring, which is just right. You just slide that over the bail. There we go. Use your chain nose pliers to close it up, nice and secure. And then slide the bail right under the necklace. And there you have it, a multi-strand necklace with a very unique bail. Here's another look at our finished project. Thank you so much for watching KeepsakeCrafts.net videos, and those of you who subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're all very much appreciated. Be sure to check out KeepsakeCrafts.net for not only jewelry making, but lots of sewing, crafting, and all kinds of other creative ideas and inspiration. Have a good one. Bye-bye.